Hello all. To export your character out to 3D Create, we're going to export it out as an FBX. To do so, you go to your Z plugin. Let's drag this over here so we can minimize it first. In your subtools, you need to make sure that all of your items that you want exported out are visible. Now they are the ones that we're going to select to come out. Z plugin, FBX export import. Have all of your settings set to the settings. Visible FBX 2019. Select the bin, S normals, and export that out to FBX. Just create a folder for your FBX and call it Templar or whatever you are creating, and export that out. We're going to import this into Substance Painter. Go to New. Make sure your settings are how they are displayed here, and click on your FBX Templar and import that Templar. Now, for each of these individual meshes, we're going to have to bake them. Now, you can bake them all, but there's an issue of let's not do the normal and not do that. So we can go down to. We'll also make it a 2048. Go to your ambient occlusion, and we're going to have to have that set to ignore backface always, and self occlusion only same mesh name. Now we don't need to do it for the A pose, but I'll do it for all the mesh. If you do the it doesn't really matter for the actual character because we're going to delete him anyway. He's not going to be there. So if we do, let's say we have the belt, and go to bake mesh and have it set as it is currently, and bake that belt. When that belt bakes, it's going to leave a shadow, so that the robes. So I'll show you the bit of the robes. When we bake the one underneath it, without adding the ignore with those two options, it bakes and takes the shading off the belt, and we don't want that when we're see right there, it does that. And that, to avoid that, is we want to, in the Templar robe, bake the mesh to ambient occlusion, ignore backface to always, and self occlusion to only, same mesh name. And then once you bake that mesh in, you will no longer have the belt shading there. Also, when we're doing the baking, you don't want to add the normals in there because we're going to add the normals later. So what I'm going to go through, and I'll go through this and do the ambient occlusion, ignore backface always, and only same mesh name. I'm going to do that for each texture set, and I'll pause. Well, I'll just fast forward through this bit here. Okay, now we have all of the mesh done. It looks like there's an issue here in the helmet. I believe that's the ambient occlusion there. Something's going on with that one. I guess we can just turn the ambient occlusion off for now. Same thing's happening with that shoulder there. So If you see some issues like that, we'll just there's obviously a small mesh issue happening, and we'll fix those up later. That there is just the mesh poking through from the pants, I believe. Yeah, that can be fixed up later in Character Creator when we conform them. For now, that's how you import it in. So make sure you save yours as a. I'm going to go here and create a new project. We're going to call it Templar and save the Templar. That'll take a little bit to save, and I think we'll end that video there because we will now. Why didn't it take the? Yeah. Also, to get your 2D sides going, your two-sided mesh, in your shader settings, go change that to PBR metal rough with alpha blending. That will give you your double-sided shaders there. Now I'll save it again, and we'll leave that video there. The next video I'll just be doing a quick intro on importing it into 3D Coat. You can skip that video if you're not going to use 3D Coat for painting. See you guys.